Affirmative action was reparations. People didn't use that word, but that's precisely.
Big racial question that's up right now is whether or not we will have reparations for slavery. You've heard this for the first time in a major presidential race.
Reparations!
A huge number of the candidates are saying they support reparations for slavery.
I want reparations.
And even Joe Biden has supported a commission to talk about whether or not we should have reparations. So Don Lemon will go half of Tweedledee Tweedledum on CNN. Don Lemon.
I would love reparations. I would love them. Now, mind you, I didn't say I needed reparations. But I am black. If somebody came to me and said, hey, Jojo, here's $50,000. I'm not turning it down. I mean, I'm going to be like, thanks. I'm going to be like, thanks, man. $50,000? Great. I would love that. Like, who wouldn't? Like, it's free money.
Brings up this question of reparations. And Columbia professor John McWhorter, who is a liberal, but he's a little more reasonable as far as liberals go, he goes on the show and he says, Don, whether or not you want reparations or not, we've already had them.
I'm a little wary of the idea that we should think of that as a microcosm for what should happen for Black America not because I'm against reparations, but because reparations for Black America already happened starting in the late 60s. Affirmative action was reparations. People didn't use that word, but that's precisely what it was. The Community Reinvestment Act of 1977 that forced banks to invest in inner cities. Nobody makes a movie about that, but that was reparations. If affirmative action didn't help to turn Black America upside down, then why do we fight red tooth, claw, and nail whenever anybody threatens it? It created a huge Black middle class, and it created Black success of all kinds that wouldn't have happened without it. I think affirmative action was a great thing, but I do think that it was a reparation.
I love this argument.
That's facts, though. That is facts, because let's be honest here. I was playing earlier in the video, but I wasn't playing because anyone would love, free money. But let's really think about it in terms of what reparations are. Reparations are something that allows society or allows a specific group of people to recoup something that they don't have in comparison to another group. So if you look at the African Americans in America and you say, we deserve reparations, let's talk about it. What would someone who agrees with that, what would the form of reparations be in your opinion? Would it be money? Would it be $10,000? Would it be a house? Would it be something like that? Or would it be an opportunity? Or would it be something like that? Because if we say it's money, it would be impossible to give all the Black people in America reparations without literally collapsing the economy. Unless you're giving everyone $200-300, which in that sense it wouldn't even be reparations. Wouldn't you much rather have a higher chance of getting into a top university and making $1 million over your over your life? That's what I consider it. Because if you just say, okay, let's give them $10,000 liquid now, the economy will collapse. The economy will collapse. I don't even think that would help the Black community. You might disagree with me, but I think there's much more useful things. And I think of when you say we've already had it, saying affirmative action and stuff, I can't even argue with that. Of course, though, if somebody wants to give me $50,000, I'm not going to say no, but I don't necessarily think I need it. I know I don't need it. I mean, I feel like America's giving me a much opportunity that I need to succeed.
Love the angle he's taking here, because he's saying, look, some kind of reparation is perhaps justified. And this was the opinion of basically everybody after the Civil War, right? They said 40 acres and a mule. That was going to be the promise, because you can't just say to a huge number of people, okay, you've got your freedom now, but you don't have any property and you don't really have many political rights, and you've got people who are really opposed to you having political rights, and okay, so it'll work out fine, right? No, it probably won't. Now, should we have reparations hundreds of years later? I think that argument's a little weaker. But to me, the cleverer argument is we've already had them. Of course we have. If affirmative action, if the racially focused welfare programs of the last 60 years in this country are not a reparation, then what the hell are they? What's the point of them? If they're not a reparation, get rid of them. If we're gonna do something else now, then we absolutely need to scrap all of those programs. If it's not a reparation, why do black students get preferential treatment when they apply to college? Why are white students and Asian students put at a disadvantage? They have to score higher on the SAT, they have to get better grades, they have to do better than the black students to get into the same colleges. That's a reparation. Well, okay, if it's a reparation, then we've already got it. But what this shows you, and this I think is the brilliance of McWhorter's argument here, he hasn't even come to this conclusion explicitly, but I think it's implied.
So if y'all don't know, I am a college student now. He said we get like preferential treatment when it comes to colleges. Here's my thoughts on this, because honestly, I don't know, because I graduated high school with a 4.0 cum. Like, if y'all don't know, I graduated high school with 4.0 cum. I have a 3.8 cum as an engineering student in college right now. So I've always been the student who, I guess, prioritized school, I guess, like learning as much as I can, being as best as, I don't even know, being the best I can in university. So when it comes to preferential treatment, I personally don't know, because I got into every college I applied for simply because I had a 4.0. I graduated high school with a 4.0. Would that have changed if I was a different race? I don't think so. But it could have changed for, like, I don't know, man. I will say this though, when it comes to needing reparations, if someone says that they need reparations, I don't agree with that line of thinking, because if you think in your heart of hearts that you need reparations to happen, you also agree that you're a victim of society. And I don't believe that black people are a victim of society. I believe that our fate is mostly in our hands. Of course there is racism, but I believe we can achieve anything that we want in America. Because it's like, I just believe that. I may be wrong, but life will have to prove me wrong. Right now, I believe we can. So I don't necessarily agree with the stance that, I want my reparations. I mean, I take them. Don't get me wrong. If somebody try to give me some money, I take it. But I don't need it. I really don't.
One of the arguments against reparations is, what do you think is going to happen? We're going to, $10 billion. There you go. That's the reparations. We're good now. It's all good. No more racial grievance? Of course not. It's never going to end. There's no end point to that.
That's facts, though.
And the proof.
So what happens is like the government says, okay, here's, y'all can split up 50 billion, but from this point on, don't say nothing else. Like, what would happen? What's this, like, when does it end? We're just gonna ask for more. Like, I don't know if that's true, but come on, bro. When does it end?
Proof of this is we've already tried it, and there was no end point to it. Hey there, before you go.
That was a good video, man. Shout out to Michael Knowles. Shout out to that professor who talked about this specific issue, man, because me personally, I don't think I need reparations. But that's not even a political stance to me. I've never even thought of getting reparations. I think that I can do anything. It never even crossed my mind to wait for something to happen for me. If I want something in life, I just go get it. Like, I don't even think about this type of stuff. But yeah, if y'all have any suggestions for me, comment down below. Any thoughts on the video? If you disagree with it, comment down below. This is Jojo, and I will see y'all.